The nation's top office welcomed the decision to hold the U.S. North Korea summit on June 12th in Singapore. While wishing for the event's success, Seoul did not rule out the possibility of a three-way summit following the success of the historic meeting. Our Chief China correspondent Moon Connyoung starts us off.
South Korea's presidential Blue House immediately welcomed the announcement of a historic first-ever summit between a sitting U.S. president and leader of North Korea on June 12th in Singapore.
We hope the meeting between the two leaders would lead to the dismantlement of the last remnants of the Cold War. The dismantlement of the division structure, we anticipate the gate to peace and prosperity to open widely on the Korean Peninsula. We hope for your success.
But the South Korean president had already been given heads up on the summit location and a rough date at least a week in advance. A Blue House official involved in the process told Arirang TV that it was President Moon's national security advisor, Chung Eui-yong, who first learned of the information on the North Korea-U.S. summit when he visited Washington to meet his counterpart John Bolton last week. As for the hotly debated location of the landmark summit, the official did acknowledge that Seoul has suggested the border truce village of Panmunjom as a possible venue, and up until U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in Pyongyang earlier this week, both Koreas had been pressing for talks at the DMZ and were encouraged by Trump's public endorsement of holding them there. Now, when asked by reporters whether President Moon had stressed the importance of a three-way summit between North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, U.S. President Donald Trump, and himself during his phone conversation with Mr. Trump last week, the Blue House official gave an answer in the affirmative but said it was inappropriate for him to share Mr. Trump's response, only saying the U.S. leader did show interest in the trilateral summit, but that the focus now should be on the North Korea-U.S. summit and all else will depend on the outcome of that summit. Basically, no option has been ruled out just yet, as clearly evidenced by the latest series of diplomatic events involving the Korean Peninsula. Things that have never been even imaginable are developing before our very eyes, which is why many here at South Korea's top office say all the more rise on the South Korea-U.S. summit, slated for the 22nd of this month, as various ideas can and will be discussed, including the possibility of a four-party declaration of formally ending the Korean War, that is the two Koreas, the U.S. and China. Moon Connyoung, Arirang News, the Blue House.